Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on last year's national champions, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Demon Deacons will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Auburn's offense will go to work first. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Tigers are in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Gives it on the option. He's all the way down to the 3, showing it all on that run.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn.
That's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown.
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Demon Deacons offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get it started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
This crowd, full throat, sweating the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Snap it to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Gonna run it. It's Marco. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
To the air on second down. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. Wants to keep it in the air. Lets it fly. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the wideout. It's complete on the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Quarterback may change this route. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Tiger! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Demon Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Gets the back moving. Out of the chute, quick cross to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do...
Breaks into the open. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. Auburn lines up quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Steps away. He'll try to do it himself. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
This guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw in the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's first down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Auburn! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Pulls it and fires to the left. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Petty. All by himself down the middle. Past the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. So here comes the Auburn offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Auburn to the line in a hurry. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Off play action. With the catch, it's Markham. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw for it. A strike downfield. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, that's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense changing the play. Motion from the back. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Quarterback will keep it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. He has been unstoppable. The ultimate dual threat. Positively Cam-tastic.
And that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre roosted back in the day.
And they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, give on the inside. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And some room to work. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave.
Turning it on! Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Auburn lines up quickly.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the score.
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Slater. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
And the Demon Deacons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Caught in the backfield. It's Hale. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got his man. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his big tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on 1st down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45.
Here we go.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time it's complete. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. They just keep firing. Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do out once he has it.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? And I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Wants to throw on first down. They're working that left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Making side adjustments here. That's caught. It's Marco. There he goes. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Pocket breaking down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there on the Plains. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Looking to throw on first down. Dumps it off in the flats. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Demon Deacons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Hauls it in. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Flips it out to the back. Oh, he's got some space.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Going to swing it on second down. And he got smacked just as he released. Yes, it's incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a wide open receiver. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Catch in the middle. It's Marco. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
There are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have with the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's
breaks into the open. And the Tigers in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Wake. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Auburn offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
He's got an open man. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. Unloads quickly. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. They'll line up with trips to the right side on 2nd and 6. The RPO, it's complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
14. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't.
Turning it on.
Man, the option can be a real pain in the butt to defend, particularly when you get outside and you're playing quarterback and pitch at the same time.
How many option teams did you face back in the day?
Look, we saw several, and I hated it every single week because those cut blocks came ad nauseum, and you're just trying to protect your dang knees.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go back to the air on second down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about chipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Working that left side now. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try to put points on the board with a field goal to start this 4th quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession in the off.
There he goes. Runs through the tackle. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Trying to escape and get it himself.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Good timing on the quick out. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll do it himself. Breaks the tackle. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
He'll bring it out. It's Maddox. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Back to throw, it's Peterson. Fires to the right. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with. The Demon Deacons will punt it away on fourth down. Here's the return. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Quick completion to the right.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with a big one?
Now the connection takes it to the 11. Auburn lines up quickly. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
42 Spider.
Scanning the field, it's Meredith. Makes the grab. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Auburn!
here coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit, the ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Got his man out of the backfield. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Demon Deacons will bring the punt team onto the field. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Using his feet to buy time. On the run, deep down the right side. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. All wideouts, no backs. To the air, it's Meredith. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He wants to take the top off. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.